She made this one.
Yeah. Peace and life. That's right. From the very beginning, the first sound is the beat of the heart. The sound of life is only right. Let the beat is the start. We embark on the life of making memories of sounds in our mind. What we find, we can make it with.
Yeah, welcome to the first episode of Power of the Tongue. This right here, this episode, it's kind of sad. You know, you can speak either life or death with your tongue. You know, I don't know if y'all know that, but you can manifest. You can literally, out your mouth, speak your life how you want it to be, right? So I'm gonna show this clip, man, so this clip that I'm showing is with an actor. His name is Eric McNeil. That's his real name. He's known as Shorty from the movie Belly. He was in that movie. He was 12 years old on this clip. Him and Nas in this clip. You know, you already know Nas, man. Nas truly understand the power of the tongue, you know, and that's what he was trying to speak in this clip. But I didn't know until recently that this young man life in that movie was really playing out in real life. And you know, it was that wasn't just a scene in the movie. And so I'm gonna play this clip, and I'm gonna play the clip from when he, like, recently, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna start with this clip, and then I'm gonna give a little commentary in between both of these clips. So yeah, check them out. Actually, I'm gonna add the description to, you know, both of these clips in the links to in the description. Yeah, so y'all check them out.
Finally, I drove up through Rossdale Projects. Me and Buns used to hang out there back in the days. That's where all the bitches was. Yo, when I walked through, I saw my man Shorty out there pumping. Shorty was like 12 going on 20. A real loser type nigga, you know? No hope for the future at all. To him, it just wasn't realistic that he was ever going to make it out the projects. And he was right. What up, Shorty? Hey, niggas up mad early getting that paper, huh?
Yo, I got bagged, son.
What happened?
Thursday, I got bagged.
Boy, what happened, son?
With this nigga on the fucking roof, man.
On the roof?
Yeah, man.
What you doing?
Shot this nigga, man. And I got still burning, man. Shit's just getting hot. See, it's gotta hold shit down. You know what I'm saying? Going to the vest.
Yo, damn, man.
It's hot.
Yo, man, what these niggas out here steady wrong, man? See them niggas on the corner over there? They gonna be out here forever, man. Yo, man. Fucking with guns. When you fuck with guns, Shorty, it's always the coolest niggas that fuck around and get murdered, you know? It's a war out here. Mad niggas is dying. You don't want that shit to be you, right? I know you're gonna hold it down, though. You know what I mean? Just be careful, man. These niggas out here ain't even really worth it.
You're an ill nigga, though. I like your style, son.
Shorty, I'm a ghost, all right? Look in your pocket, though. That's you. That's for me, baby. Just make sure you rise above all this madness out here. Mind elevation, man. Fuck that petty shit. You don't need it. Real. Alright? Alright, my nigga.
Yeah, so in that clip, like I said, you got the legendary Nasir Jones. You know, he went on from there to do so many legendary things. He basically, Nas, if y'all listen to Nas' first album, he was talking about stocks on Wall Street, you know, and that's what he known to do now. So Nas truly understand the power of the tongue, manifestation, vision. And I know firsthand I'm a disciple of Nas. Like his first album, I was 16, maybe going on 17, and it changed my life. It made me start thinking differently. It made me start understanding the power of the pen, the power of the tongue, writing and manifest, putting my words on paper, and I could change my life. I believed in that. After I heard Nas, it wasn't just him though, but he was one of the shining stars during that time in my life that he convinced me. Him, along with a bunch of other rappers, convinced me that I could write my life. I could script my life how I wanted it, and so it's just weird that that this is playing out. What, that movie came out in '98. What's this? 27 years later, and then we seeing what's been going on with Shorty from Belly, and it's like, man, he was around some real powerful energy at 12 years old on that scene, and with Hype Williams, the director at the time, man. That's one of my favorite movies, Belly, man. So this is a clip of Shorty. This is a clip from him now.
I think I live better in prison than I do in the street, honestly.
Eric, tell us what you're doing over here.
I'm just out in the street, walking around, trying to, make a dollar, trying to get noticed, really. I'm happy I saw you, because a lot of people don't know who I am. They walk right past me. I'm actually the kid from the movie Belly. My name is Eric Keith McNeil. I was known as Shorty, 1988, sitting on the bench with Nas. Right after that, I did Black and White with Allen Houston, Raekwon, Brooke Shields, they always in Mike Tyson. And then I got locked up in 1989. Literally from 1989 to 2019, I was incarcerated. And now I'm out and I have no job, I'm homeless. And while in jail, I lost my mother, I lost my sister, I lost my grandmother and my grandfather. I went to all their funerals in prison. So when I came home, I didn't have a family to live with. So now I'm in the street. And I try to reach out to Hype Williams, to Nas, to certain people that I know in the industry, and it's hard, I've been in like 4 different shelters. They kicked me out, and I sleep on the train. I slept on the train last night. And I just stopped at Dykeman stop and try to go in the store, steal some deodorants and sell them.
And what was the most serious charge that you were convicted on?
Attempted murder and robbery. My friend went up to a cop undercover, tried to rob him. He pulled his gun out and shot my friend, and I shot back at him. It made the news and everything. The helicopter landed on top of the building. I did belly in, and they bum rushed the house and locked me up. That was 2004.
What would you like people to do? Like you say, you're reaching out to people, but
I would like to tell my story. I want to talk to kids, and I want to tell them I was in belly because I didn't have parents. I was 12 years old, running around South Jamaica, Queens with a gun, smoking weed. And everybody like, yo, Shorty smoking weed, he ain't got parents. And that's when they Swing hooked me up with Powerful, who knew Wu-Tang Clan, and they got me in belly. And then that made me a little worse because I didn't have parental guidance. So now I got hood status. Now I got a gun on me. Now I got money. I got access to stuff that a child shouldn't have access to only because of the movie. So it just made me more ruthless and dangerous, And that's when I got arrested for shooting somebody in 1999 on Farmers 144. I shot somebody when I was 13. I went to Spofford. Then I came out when I was about 15, 16. And that's when the thing happened with the cop. And then I just did all my 20s and half of my 30s in prison.
What's good, y'all? What's new? CV, your boy Poro. I'm back today to just shed some light, talk about a quick video that's making its way around the internet. You understand? It's more viral.
Yeah, that right there. That's sad, man. Yeah, so that was him now, like today, like present day. And the look that I could just look at him and see he remind me of so many really like cats my age that still talk about the 90s, that's still talking about, do I remember this? Do I remember that? You know what I'm saying? And one thing I learned is one of the 48 laws of power, man. You got to reinvent yourself. Like, I don't care what. That's what part of it, me doing this, Beats in Life, Power of the Tongue. I got another show called Marlon Speaks Live. That's what this is part of my personal reinvention. Everybody, every man especially need to every person should be reinventing themselves, man and woman. If all you got to talk about is something from 30 years ago, what you doing today? You know what I'm saying? That's always my question. I don't want to talk about what happened yesterday. I don't want to talk about that. Let's plan and plot and strategize today on tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the power of the tongue is all about. That's what manifestation is all about. That's what vision is all about. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people I see, man, I could just look at that young man's eyes and tell he one of them. He's stuck, he traumatized. He's stuck in 98 when he was 12. Cats I'm talking about, they stuck when they was like 16, 17. But his peak was at 12 in his mind. See what I'm saying? He gonna have to snap out of it. Nas and Hype, they can't help him with that trauma that he got within him. That's what they can't help him with. They can give him some money, they can probably, but see, like his last 20 plus years being incarcerated, he's not prepared for a lot of the opportunities that they may have. See, he's not in position to capitalize on none of that. So but maybe if he start today on working towards getting himself prepared, maybe 5, 6, 7 years from now, people like Nas and Hype, they boom, oh, this Shorty, yeah, you in position now, let me help you out. Here go this, here go that. You know what I'm saying? Just because you know somebody from your past don't mean you can just automatically help them. You know what I'm saying? Because they might not be prepared to take advantage of any opportunities that you may have for them at this point in time. You see what I'm saying? And that's kind of like where the role that I'm in, in my current, capacity being a musician manager. I can't really help past musicians that's not necessarily in the position, to capitalize on opportunities I might have. You know what I mean? And that is what it is. I understand it. Whether or not they understand it, I can't help them with that. But the point of it is, man, you got to stay current. And whether or not, you done been that way, like you done been locked down, because I don't think that necessarily got, everything to do with it. You can still be getting yourself prepared while you on lockdown. I see a lot of brothers coming out of prison and they be ready. You know what I'm saying? That means they kept their mind sharp. They kept everything sharp to where when they got out, probably not the first day, first week, but what they did was they accepted where they was at when they got out. And they say, you know what, I'm gonna work these programs, whatever they had to do, right? And lo and behold, they kept their head down, kept working, doing whatever they got to do. Lo and behold, when you helping yourself, people want to help you. You know what I'm saying? When you helping yourself, people want to help you. It just help come. And then that's when you just so happen to link up with people from your past that's in a more powerful position than they were. And that's when it just so happened the way that God allow certain things to manifest and unfold, it always be somebody from your past. They see you doing what you're supposed to be doing today, and they say, that's my man's. Let me give him this opportunity. Let me throw him a bone on this. Let me help him out. You know what I'm saying? This is my man's. I see him working hard. He got his head down. Let me go ahead and help him up, you know what I'm saying, where he's supposed to be anyway. So that be that, man. And it's just, man, this story right here, when you look at the movie clip, and you hear Nas saying that this a loser type. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't believe he ever gonna make it out. And then he don't make it out. Like, the look that man got on his eyes today, he don't feel like he ever gonna make it out. It's like he let those words seep into his soul. You know, it's sad hearing that he had to go to them funerals while he was on lockdown. That happened to a lot of people, man. You know, a lot of people, they not fortunate enough to be out here with their loved ones when they pass, man, holding their hand, you know, going through whatever sickness they may have, man. We all gonna go through it. It's the most precious gift in the world to spend the last days with your closest family members, man, your mother, your father. You know, that's like one of the most precious gifts I was ever given, man. You know, to share moments with both my brothers, you know what I'm saying, before they pass. Not exactly like with my mother and father, but able to know that I ain't got no bad blood with my brothers, and I was right there with them, you know what I'm saying? Or not my little brother, he passed away in Louisiana, I was in Michigan, but me and my little brother talked, right, you know what I'm saying, like right before he passed, you know, we talked and we had a heart to heart. And so when he passed, it made me, you know, I wasn't all fucked up. I wasn't all sad, you know, about it. And my big brother who passed last year, you know, we was together the day before he died, and we talked on the phone 5-6 hours before he died. And we chopped it up, you know what I'm saying, just about life. And, you know, I'm you know, I ain't gonna say I feel good, but I don't have no kind of regrets in my heart thinking about my brothers or my mother and father. I was there with my mother when she took her last breath. I was there with my daddy when he took his last breath. So when you on lockdown, I don't think a lot of people think about this when they commit crimes, that they gonna have to endure that pain. That's some unbearable pain I can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have to experience it, but I just know if it was on the other side, if she was, you know, if I had to endure that, I don't know how I would be thinking. You know, and I'm peaceful right now, man, with all the deaths I didn't experience, you know, my close family, I'm peaceful. And I could see the look on that young man's eyes, man. He shook. You know, he shook, he traumatized, man. And we all need to send prayers up for that young man, man. If y'all love that movie, y'all remember him. He only had a few lines, but he was a pivotal role in that movie, because it's like, damn, this young nigga smoking weed, he got a gun, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I know I was 21 in 98 when that movie came out, so I'm like 9 years older than him. He ain't too much younger than me. But I remember looking at him like, damn, I don't even smoke. I ain't smoked weed back then. He was smoking one of them big blunts. I don't even think we had that. He was smoking the backwood. Backwoods hadn't even came to Flint at that time. In our region, we were still smoking blunts. That looked strange to us, like the backwoods. We didn't know nothing about no backwoods back then. So to see a 12-year-old smoking on a big old backwood in 98, you know what I'm saying? That was, you know, that was kind of strange. That was bizarre. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, prayers up to Eric McNeil. That's his real name, man. Let's pray for him. And, you know, hopefully he get back on track, you know, get his mind right. That's the most important thing, man. He need to get his mind right. You know, get his prayer right. You know what I'm saying? Get his prayer life together. You know, start understanding he can manifest his life from this point forward. He's still a young man. You know, he ain't reached, probably reaching the prime of his life. You know, God, every in 10 years, his whole life can change, rearrange for the better. You know, he can have a family, kids, wife, you know, cars, houses, all that. It could change and it'll be like a blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I'm gonna speak into his life. I'm gonna speak none but prosperity, none but peace. You know, hopefully he find peace with the loved ones that he lost. He couldn't go to their funerals. Hopefully he find prosperity. Hopefully he find family. You know what I'm saying? Make him have a family. He don't look like no bad looking guy. It shouldn't be hard for him to find no woman, you know. But he got to get his mind, his mental right, and he got to get his spiritual right. You know what I'm saying? In order to attract that. You know, what you put out, you get back. So he got to put that kind of energy out, man. You know, he's starting today. Start today. You know, it ain't over. You 39 years old? I'm 48. He got to be like 39 or probably just 40, 38, 39, somewhere up in there. Young man, got a whole life ahead of him. Man, yeah, it ain't over. Just beginning, actually. I remember I was picking up the pieces of my life at that age. You know, I had made a mess. You know, my young years, I had made a mess, and I was picking up the pieces then. I know firsthand that he can get his life in order, on track. And I identify with that man. He looked like he could be my brother or something. So, you know, it touched me, man. You know, to hear his story, you know, was wilding and shooting and, you know, all of that. He manifested that stuff in that movie into his real life, man. And that's the power of the tongue. And that's what I wanted to speak on this episode. Y'all gonna hear a lot more of how powerful the tongue is, how you can speak life or death into your life with the power of the tongue. This is the most powerful thing we have. And it comes from in here. And it comes from in here, you know. So yeah, we got to be careful what we speak into the universe, because what we speak, we can activate it. It come alive. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm out, man. Power of the tongue.
Energy made this one.
Yeah. Peace and life. From the very beginning, the first sound is the beat of the heart. The sound of life is only right. Let the beat is the start. We embark on the life of making memories of sounds in our mind. When we find we can make it.